to the Paige Kornblue Show. I hope you'll stay tuned in today for several reasons. You are going to meet an emerging artist on the music scene, one who is spreading so many messages of hope, connection, love, healing, and even partnering with a nationwide organization to support and spread the good word about Alzheimer's prevention. He works with famed producers, big names in the music industry, producers who have worked with Madonna, Lady Gaga, The Killers, and Prince. And now they're turning to South Florida's singer-songwriter and piano virtuoso, Stefano May. And after you meet him, I think you're going to too. Stefano, welcome.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me here. It's an honor and a pleasure. And I'm so excited.
You are doing great things and growing, right?
Yes, I try to do my best. I have you said many nice things, and I thank you for that. But I truly believe like we all born with a mission here, and I was lucky enough to discover that my mission was music. So thanks to my father that introduced me to music since when I was born. Let's say like that. I have the blessing of doing this today, and I'm very happy.
What does it all mean to you? I mean, you talk about your mission and music. Why such a passion? I mean, obviously you've been doing it since you were little, but why does it speak to you so strongly?
Because it's a language. I was very curious since when I was a teenager of people's mind, how the mind works. And I believe there's not bad people and good people. There's potentially a way to take off the good from everybody, trying to sometimes put yourself in their point of view. And music helps me to speak in a way that is more universal, that doesn't necessarily is on a side of the game, but can embrace many perspectives, many points of views. So that's why for me it's very important to dialogue with music. Yeah.
You were born in Italy.
Yes, I was.
So many people say to me, Paige, do your TV voice. So could you say something special to us in Italian?
È straordinario essere con te questa mattina perché hai una bellissima energia. E sei molto bella.
Sounds beautiful.
Do you want to know what I said?
Sure. I don't care what you said.
I said it's
so
very
nice.
beautiful to be with you this morning because you have a great energy and you're very beautiful.
Oh, love that. Did you guys hear that? That's so good. Love it. Yes. We'll play that over and over, and your songs as well. I have been listening to them, and I think they can speak to so many of us in different ways. One of your new singles, I think, speaks to a lot of people who, like you and me, have been dealing with dementia of a loved one, someone in our life. Both of us, it's our fathers. Yours is still with us in some way. Mine is not, but always with me spiritually, I feel. And boy, all I said was, whoa, that song is beautiful. It comes from your heart. But I think it's going to touch a lot of people. And you have partnered with the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation. Tell me about that project.
So I'm a believer in prevention. Everything that affects the brain is still on study. We don't know essentially anything. The brain is a very complex organ, and it's very difficult in today's world to really understand what's going on with that. So I'm a believer in prevention. I'm the first one that actually 5 years ago, just before the pandemic started I decided to be very, 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 very healthy. And instead of taking care of things, trying to prevent things, I was a smoker. And many people helped me, were telling me, why do you smoke? You have a beautiful voice and whatever. But I wasn't understanding why I was doing that. When I understood why I was doing that, there was a way to connect me to a very special moment in my life where I handled for the first time, cigarette in my hand. I discovered that I could have go beyond that. So I stopped that. I I started to respect more animals, so I became vegan. And it's my way to be, but that was my way to treat prevention. Okay, and when I discovered about this amazing association, I said, I've been affected by this issue, this big problem, and when first hits you is a shock. There's nothing else you can think than just the drama around you. And then things slowly start to have a different light. You start to accept things in a certain way. And you said something beautiful. You said, my father is still with me spiritually. I truly believe there are many dimensions after this life here. We are here, and this is a challenge for us. It's just like, a way to perfection our souls. But at the end of the day, there are our life as souls, our energy keeps living. So I know that a day I won't be able to have my loved one around me, but I know that this is just a moment. I was just last night talking to a very dear friend of mine about this. And I said, I was raised Catholic, being Italian, it's like you have many Starbucks here, you have many churches in Italy. Everywhere you go, there's a church. Okay. So growing up, I started thinking that, when I was going to church and listening, a resurrection of the dead, right? And I was saying but this is a legend. When we die, we are dead. But sometimes we tend to interpret things very deeply, and we don't need to, because no matter what religion you believe or what is your belief in general spiritually, what if we belong somewhere else, and that's just going back to where we were belonging. So I started to adopt these as an essential thought for me. And this helps me to accept much more what I'm living right now. And I want to believe in it, because you know what? Let's say all this is not true. It will be more beneficial to me to spend the life that I have with this belief instead of without any belief.
Sure.
So this is what I think.
Take us into the song, Hope It Will Remind You. I feel like any one of us can apply our story to it if you've dealt with somebody or are dealing with somebody who has any form of dementia or Alzheimer's or whatnot, anything there, or in your case, a type of Parkinson's for your dad. So, when you're writing this song and when you sing it, what do you hope people will take from it?
So, hope it will remind you is, people that are affected from dementia, our biggest fear is that our memory will be completely deleted. And what are we without memory? If you think about our life is built on memories. We start from something, but we are always looking for memories. In the moment that we leave already, something is in the past, so it's already a memory. So that was my biggest fear. So when I wrote this song, the picture of what was going on wasn't really clear at the moment. And I wrote this song to go beyond my pain and feeling, I hope a day you can still, feel things maybe with the power of music. And I have to say something. Life changed completely, in our family. And, even for my father, even if I can tell you something, anytime I tell you, how do you feel? He says, great, because there are people worse than me. So that's a great, anytime I think about that, I say I get angry or something for daily stupid things, and look at him, with what kind of dignity is living this pain. And many times when I go back home, I put myself on the piano, and that's a miracle, because he starts singing, and I say how this is possible that under music you are so aware of yourself in space and time. So it really shocks me. And part of the song is just this, like trying to use many resources. Music, for example, is been proved that is a fantastic resource for people affected from dementia. And I wish everybody can use a part of it if somebody's affected, because truly can create miracles and can make the life of people affected from it much different.
Yeah. You're making me tear up because it brought me to a moment with my father where it was St. Patrick's Day and I knew he couldn't celebrate. And so I put on some of his favorite Irish tunes and songs and ballads. And he just started, it was bedtime, but he just started singing. And that moment I recorded us on video, and it was some of the best moments. And I learned in that time, just keep playing the music. It's like you said, the power of music.
It's fantastic what you're saying, because Christmas. Christmas is a moment of togetherness, right? And this was 2 years ago. I was in Italy for Christmas, and I started playing a song that my father wrote in 1968. About the peace in the world. It was a very challenging time, 1968, Vietnam and all kind of wars. It was crazy. So my father wrote this beautiful song that is called "Prayer for God," and I started playing that song. And I think when he was 18 years old, he won he was signed by a recording label, but that was in Milan, and he was living in the extreme south, Calabria, and his parents didn't have the money to support him. So actually through me, he's living what he couldn't live in his life, his dream. And he started singing the song, and I recorded that moment. And last year for Christmas, I rearranged the song, and I made a duet between us. Yeah. And I learned something, and this is an advice for everybody. Do not lose a second without filming. We have iPhones today, like everywhere, or any smartphone you have. Just film when you have precious moments, film them, because these are the best thing you can keep forever. It's fantastic, and that was a gift for me. Like I feel so blessed for that moment.
I agree.
That was truly living Christmas that year. It was the best Christmas of my life, even if it was very sad. But it was the best Christmas of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people, don't just take pictures. Start rolling.
Exactly.
In just the smallest of moments.
Yes.
You won't realize how special they will become. We talked briefly about the famed producers you worked with. Chico Bennett is one. My goodness, he's worked with, as I said, Madonna, Lady Gaga, Prince, and now you. And how is it working with him and being able to create music with someone like that?
Working with Chico is fantastic. We created such a strong bond, and it's people have the belief that the closer you are to these biggest people, the more secluded or whatever weird you are. But instead, we are all in the same boat essentially in this world. Working with him is absolutely fantastic. We are like brothers. We exchange, other than musical opinion, but life. He's a great man because he also had the blessing of living music with big name in the industry like Prince. When Chico was 19 years old, Prince took him as his protege. So he taught him how to make things happen, how to work on certain things. And anytime we record or we write music, and I play the piano, and sometimes he tells me you know what, Prince was doing this. How do you do that? And I said, I don't know. I just do it. It's just a language. But the fact that he tells me the Prince was doing the same thing, it makes me happy because he said it's not being at the level of Prince, but it's maybe we are taking from the same source of energy. Imagine the world as energy everywhere, and you, because of your personality, your kind of like, karma that you have, you kind of take that energy from the same place that somebody else took, and it was Prince in that case. So I just my brain just go crazy over these things, and he's great. And then Lady Gaga, the call, it's fantastic. Working with Chico is absolutely amazing.
What are some of your songs that you've worked with him on? Prayer, right?
Prayer, no, because Prayer was the first one to be released immediately when we had a break from the pandemic. So it was really the beginning, actually the end of November. But the first song that we released together was We Are the Power. Prayer was a moment of just piano and voice all by myself. It was truly a prayer. It didn't matter what religion you believe. I respect every religion, every spiritual belief. I don't think any religion is better than the other. We are all there essentially with a good intention, and I am a believer of good intentions. So We Are the Power was again born from the pandemic and from the need of bringing up again the togetherness, because during the pandemic we were being apart. Actually, we were very lucky here in Florida because compared to many other states, we were freer than others. But we still were apart from each other.
Sure.
And that was very annoying, very destructive as human beings. And then we started, releasing another song. But essentially, all the first project was taken care by him. And there will be new songs coming by the end of this month. And yes, I'm working still with him.
Good projects.
Yeah.
Let's break down a couple of the songs, if you can. I know you could speak a whole episode on each song, but give me a quick synopsis of each one. So We Are the Power. How would you explain that one in a quick version?
Togetherness. We Are the Power is togetherness. Is the power of understanding that as a team we are better. What other song there's there's In Order after We Are the Power.
It doesn't have to be in order.
But anyway, a song that I truly love of the album is Find My Way. Why Find My Way? It's a song written thinking about my mother. When I was a child, my mother was the one that gave me the discipline. I was a very chaotic child, very, very crazy. And I couldn't sit a second. I was jumping, fences, walls. And I was a very... computer-wise, I was very smart. At 7 years old, I was a tragedy. I was entering systems and stuff But anyway, my mother told me it doesn't matter what you do, but whatever you do needs to be done well, and you need to have discipline for it. So I wanted to write this song for her, and thanks to her also, I was able to start to find my way. And it's a very fun song. It's sonically is a mixing between Motown and pop, Motown and Dua Lipa pop, but still in a Motown way. Crazy is the only ballad of the album, is a song that I truly wrote in 5 minutes. And when things like this happen, it's a miracle, because means that you have a strong inspiration behind. And I had at the moment. It's when it talks about the impossibility of reaching another person's mind. For example, when you argue with a person and you try to tell the person, listen, we can make things work, but the other person doesn't want to listen to it. So you're frustrated because, like I said, why we cannot reach an agreement on that. So Crazy, it talks about that. Then there's Don't Say Goodbye. It's just a very light song, summery song. The video of that actually was filmed in Italy. That video there and the video of Hope It Will Remind You were filmed in Italy, the only two ones. Hope It Will Remind You because I wanted to do a video where I was born. and you will see from the video everything is very connected. And Don't Say Goodbye, I wanted to bring the beauty of the southern Italy landscapes and very unique architecture of certain parts of southern Italy, like Puglia. Like these beautiful houses that look like cones are called trulli, and it's in Puglia. It's fantastic, actually. If you want to go in a place that is one of a kind, like just go there. And
that's a song about love, right?
yes,
Second
it's a song
chances.
about love. Yeah, about, don't say goodbye. Like still, I don't like. I'm not a lover of destroying things. I like solutions. That's why, for example, Don't Say Goodbye, or I would say like, goodbye. Don't say goodbye. Let's find a solution in this. False Horizon is another of my favorite songs. It was born as a country, like like that, guitars and voice. And actually then I wanted to bring more a California desert vibe, and I think I did it. It's the False Horizon is the place in your life where there are no rules, where you can find refuge anytime you want to be somebody, when you want to find a certain kind of feeling. It's your place, your secret place. So that was my False Horizon. And now I'm forgetting something probably.
Well, that's a good list,
Yeah.
so that's really helpful. One thing I did mention earlier is Find My Way. I said I'm a mom of 3, and I was just like, wow, the Disney producers need to hear this, because I just picture one of those characters, like when you're needing that uplifting song, Believe, all those strong messages that we try and teach our children. And you did it, in honor of your mom and her messages to you. And so that song's going somewhere as well. I mean, so many of these are.
I like uplifting stuff.
Yeah.
And actually now that you say like, Disney, and you reminded me uplifting, and you say like, sharing, like False Horizon initially was meant to be shared. We share. I met Cher in Los Angeles years ago, and it was born of very strong friendships. But then the pandemic hit everybody, so like the project like kind of melted, But like I like uplifting people. Like when I went to Cher shows for the first time live, everybody was singing for 90 minutes and dancing, and that's make ourselves free from everything else. Then, after these 90 minutes, maybe like we go back to, our dramas and stuff like that. But like music is needed for that. It's a detox for the soul. So that's
Taylor Swift. I mean, that's 90 minutes plus another 90 minutes plus another, and
she truly deserves to have all the success that she's having. Yeah. And she's a hard worker. Music really is changing every day. After the pandemic, music started to be very different. We went from allow the poetry to be more relevant to actually being very different. And Lady Gaga, for example, is in a stall situation right now, because I believe she's researching herself a little bit. I love her. I believe she's a true, amazing talent. But Taylor Swift was able to, find herself through all of these, and like she
just puts it out
she's
there.
She's bringing like not just like her talent to be where she is, but also like she's moving the economy big times.
Right, big times. Well, what's next for you? Where can we find you? Some performances coming up. What are some of the next projects?
Yes, so I have actually plenty of performance ahead of me. Great. And you can find all of these on my Instagram, Facebook, website. My website is stefanomay.com, and all my pages, all my social pages are Stefano May Official. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call right now. And actually, I will perform very close by on the 9th. Here in Boca, actually, very close.
Right.
But like I have New York, Los Angeles, Nashville, Atlanta. Like I have like many shows ahead of me, and yeah.
What would your overall message be to everybody? You know, there's so many messages that you share through your music, but if we were to walk out the door and one thing that we want to kind of grab from you, what do you like to share and hope for everybody?
I like to share two things that are in a certain way connected. One is that anytime we wake up in the morning, we need to remember that we are all in the same boat. We wake up in the same way. We will have a day in a certain way, in the same, with sharing with everybody else. We will go to sleep in the same way, and a day, unfortunately, we will be closed in four walls in the same way. And that's a great reminder, I believe, because it will help us to be more nicer, more kinder, with people. Another thing is that when I was 15 years old, one of my mentors told me something that I still believe and take every day as a reminder for being a much better human being. So like when you walk in the street, or when you are in the car, or when you are in an elevator and you see somebody that maybe is having a bad day, just for a moment, tell inside your mind, that person is me. Automatically, the perspective will change and you will become such a kind human being with that person. So instead to say, look, the person there, just cut my street and whatever, just think, that person could have been me. We are all having something in life and we don't know what. So just be kind.
I love that. We'll walk away with those and with some new music to listen to.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Stefano, thank you so much for your time and all of your words and, of course, your music too. So
it was such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
I'll put all those links on my website as well. It's paigekornblue.com. I always say Paige with an I and Kornblue with a K. Until next time, everybody, cheers. And I'm going to leave you with one of Stefano's songs, one of his singles, Find My Way. Enjoy.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Paige. Have a great day.
All right, you too. And you too, everybody.
Mama said to breathe it. She said I will need it. Live your life like you feel it. Love hard and reveal it. Baby, be strong and brave. She said you will find your way. And if I didn't listen, I wouldn't know what I'm missing. As the great things happen, they'll be in the distance. My time has come, and now I will find my way. She taught me to be strong. like you feel